My name is Francesco Ghio, and when I first read this year's topic, my mind started racing because I saw possible interpretations. So, for instance, is war a macroscopic event, such as the ones that shaped our history in the most tragic way? Or is war something that has to deal with our inside, a conflict that we have deemed as unsolvable? Is peace a political stability, or is it a virtue, a state of mind? I believe countries to be similar to organisms. In a country you have people like you, like me, cooperating to achieve a goal that would be impossible to achieve alone. Cells, at the same time, they have a high organization and they constitute organisms. So, if only a tiny group of cells starts being uncertain, let's say, unorganized, the whole system can be doomed. So I believe that every issue a country might face are deeply rooted in its citizens and in the way they're taught to think. If you look with retrospective at the wars fought in the past, one can see how they were all fought due to lack of resources. But the reason why these conflicts were so just in the eye of the population was that they exploited the fear and the conflict that men and women were facing every day at the time. So society came up with an ideal, something to look up to in the moment of darkness. After the end of World War II, we have witnessed the crumbling of a monolith, the death of the male ideal. Strong, charismatic, determined. A man that had no interests in anything but career and success. But a man that was unable to explore his emotional side. So he wasn't raised to be sensitive. He was raised to be trustworthy. And he wasn't prepared to face the emotional issues that he would have had to face in life, or the possibility of failure. All these centuries of unempathy had made man repressed and ready to turn into motivated soldiers at the time of need. There are people who believe that war is a natural occurrence, that we cannot live without this anger, that we should not fight our impulses, who believe that we are a product of a generation that had it too good to understand what evil is. To them I say, bake a cake, build a birdhouse, learn to play the flute. Because this anger is just a symptom of unfulfillment, a feeling of uselessness. Experience the joy of acquiring a new skill. Because waging war on our peers is but a simple answer to avoid having to deal with the scary quest of finding a purpose in life. As a fictional George Washington told the fictional Alexander Hamilton in Lee Daniel Mirati musical Hamilton, you've got hunger I was just like you when I was younger. I had full of fantasies of dying like a martyr. But dying is easy, young man. Living is harder. Thank you.
Questions from the public? There you go.
Do you think that anger could be used in a positive way, like to reach our goals?
Thank you, yes. I believe that we cannot destroy our impulses, we cannot repress our impulses, but we can redirect them into something productive, something that creates happiness instead of suffering, you know? Like, for instance, building a house. I don't know.
I think he was first.
You mentioned earlier something about man not being raised in order to be sentimental or something like that.
Sensitive.
Sensitive, sorry, thank you. What do you mean by that?
I mean that being feeling, being sympathetic and being empathic wasn't seen as a trait that a man should aspire to achieve, to make his own. But it was, in some societies, it was seen as a defect, being girly or something. And in others, they were just something that was ignored, the whole emotional side of our psyche.
Right, there you go.
Can you please stand up when you make the question? Okay.
Perhaps I didn't understand, but do you think that peace is an absence of war or not?
I think that peace is not just an absence of war. I think that war is that peace is the absence of war is a direct cause, a logical cause of peace. But peace is as you what you call peace is not absence of conflict, absence of emotions, absence of anger. It's a harmony. It's like, I could say, equilibrium is not an absence of forces. It's combining those forces.
Any other question?
From the
Judges?
Maybe one question. And so at the end, you think that unhappiness and then war may be the absence of facing emotions.
Excuse me, could you repeat?
Yes. In a part of your speech, you taught of emotions.
Yes.
And the inability of to face them as a cause of unhappiness, or
No, there was if you explore your emotion, you become fragile. You become more weak. But only that way you can rebuild yourself on a more. You can know yourself and be more confident, real confidence, not fake confidence. So. War is, so like what you asked about happiness, is something that comes from long and enduring process of self-improvement, not from waking up one day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.